Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Torvolderuz, and today I've got an update on the T5 Gamma Gila that I tested a while back, which you can find the link to the original video in the top right hand corner of the screen. This one is incredibly easy, which I did not expect since the new updates. I expected it to be much harder with the added NPCs, however that was not the case, and I was able to farm T5s with ease. The hardest spawn I came up against was a Concord room, and I'll show you how to handle this in the video along with a few other challenging spawns. If you're interested in chatting about the Abyss, you want to talk to other people, join the in-game channel Abyssal Lurkers, and there's also a Discord which I'll leave linked below. Let me know if you like the video, drop a comment, and if you enjoy the content, please consider subscribing. I'll be putting out new Abyssal videos every week as well as some other EVE Online guides. Thanks for watching, guys. Here's the fit, which I'll post in the description below, as well as the EVE workbench link. While this thing is pricey, it's necessary for the ease and safetiness. This fit is weird in the sense that it's both passive regen and active tank, making this Gila one hell of a tanky boy. You'll be running gammas to bring Nova missiles, T2 and faction Valkyries, and augmented hammerheads for the Ephialtes cruisers. Also, don't forget to bring paste for repairing heat, hardshell, and blue pills for emergency situations. The first room I'll be showcasing is one that has come up as being the hardest room in the Abyss since the new updates. These are the Concord NPCs, which are now the deadliest NPCs in the Abyss since it was updated. This room brought me the closest I've come to losing my Gila in 25 runs, and it definitely had me clenching up. To handle these NPCs, send drones at them immediately while burning away with your prop mod and your shield repper going. The Concord battleships may do a lot of DPS, but their tank is thin and they fall pretty easy once you get the drones on them. Do not be afraid to heat and use boosters here if you have to. This is a spawn that will test your tank to the max, and it will kill you quickly if you're not prepared. The cruisers aren't too much of an issue, but you can start firing missiles as soon as they're in range. This next spawn, these Sanchez NPCs had me worried when I first came up against them. I thought the lasers would shred my shields a lot faster, and the increased shield hit points due to the gamma weather would make the phantasms a lot harder to destroy. This room went a hell of a lot smoother than I thought it would. Focus drones on the phantasms ASAP while firing missiles at the small stuff. You don't want to perma-run your shield booster because your capacitor will suffer in a neutralizing room. That's really it for Sanchez. They're a pretty easy encounter. Next up was another spawn that I was under the impression would be tough, but it was actually pretty easy. There isn't much to say here. Send drones after the Drakevex immediately while firing missiles at the small stuff. The good thing about Triglavian rats and gamma sites is that they're a lot easier to kill because they're armor tanked. That's really it for the Drake room. Enjoy the music while I complete this and move on to the next. Go into too much detail for this one. Tyrannos is nothing new, and if you're running T5s, you should know how to handle her. I suggest taking out the dangerous NPCs such as webs and newts while maneuvering to avoid Karen's damage. These are the NPCs you'll want to use augmented hammerheads against because they have the same resistance across the board, and augmented hammerheads do the most amount of raw damage. Once all the harmful cruisers are dead, get drones on Karen and keep missiles on cruisers. Repeat until they're all dead. The last thing I wanted to show you is the special T5 Leshak room. You have a random chance of getting this spawn when running T5s. In this room, there are a ton of Leshaks, a loot cache, and an open gate. Also in this room, which you can't interact with, are a bunch of Xenitras being built. Sadly, you don't get anything related to the Dreadnought in this room. The gate is open so you can choose to burn straight for it and avoid this room altogether. It's a single room, so you have the full 20 minutes to do whatever you want. My tactic with the Gila is to let drones get aggro on the Leshaks, then kite out the Leshaks while drones wipe them out. These Leshaks will kill you easily if you try to face tank them. What I want to do is kite around to be able to snag the loot, which you can do if you watch the movement of the Leshaks. The loot in this room can be anything from 20 to 200 million ISK. It may not seem worth it, but I like to run it so I'm not wasting a filament. That's it for the T5 Gamma Gila. I've had the easiest time farming with this thing, and it's been a breeze. Once this shit pays for itself, meaning once I've made 3 billion ISK farming with it, I'll attempt to do T6 with it because it feels really smooth in T5s. Gamma filaments tend to be cheap, so this is a great option for you to use as an Abyssal farmer, pumping out an average of 60 million ISK per site or 240 million ISK an hour. Hopefully you've enjoyed this and learned something new. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. Again, thank you for watching, and please consider dropping a like on this video and subscribing. I'm Torvalderuz, and I'll see you in the Abyss.